Okay, before we start with our previous conference for implementation of need for goods, 26 GKM 003, they are number 2026-08-0034. To start, we will ask Ma'am Joy, please give us a clear coverage.
Let us put ourselves in the holy presence of the Lord. Almighty God, we thank you for this opportunity to come together. Please guide our minds and hearts as we discuss the matters before us. May this private conference be conducted with fairness, transparency, and professionalism. Give us wisdom in every decision, and may everything we do be for the benefit of all. All of this we ask in your mighty name.
Amen. Second, President is President manage the attendance of our universities including medical. This is good.
Establish the person for top members. Including the back chairman, general 800, back vice chairman, or the LDI. Back regular member, general Sata, is a back provisional member in user, serving in the public guard, back provisional member, general with the 5,500%.
Thank you, Philip. Since some the not members are present today, then I declare this private conference. Okay. This acknowledge also the attendance of our box client, box energy, the server and supplies received.
Or back secretary, back secretary then, really that's now. Back secretary number Engineer City no Paisa Maulani. Sir JDC on, sir. Sir Dona Pipilitong Junior.
Sir.
Sir Benji Laura. Sir. Mga Lopez Linas and Pesto.
Present, sir.
Mga Campos.
Present, sir.
Ang Marilo Carlos Pite.
Present, sir.
Lordy Sia.
Present, sir.
Pinabal.
Present, sir.
Energy of Castillo.
Present, sir.
And Janice Italino.
Present, sir.
Or back PWG, back PWG head. Larigan HC Anthony.
Present.
Back PWG member, General Malcolm Salifar. Present, sir. And Sir Muammar Iyabas. And Engineer Marjan Pina, sir. That's all this.
Okay, thank you, Philip. Time, like to ask Sir Manan to please present the requirements. Wala? The requirements for the okay, presented by
District Chair, for the eligibility requirements, the legal documents, registration certificate on site for corporation, DTI for sole proprietorship or cooperative development authority for cooperatives, valid and current mayors or business permit from the place of business, the tax clearance for DEO 398 series of 2005 as finally reviewed and approved by the BICON. For the technical documents, statements of all ongoing and similar completed government and private contracts, statement of single largest completed contract for SLCC, which must be adjusted to current price using the Philippine Statistics Authority, PSA, current price index. And it should have a contract amount equivalent to at least 50% of the ATC. Note that a contract shall be considered similar to the contract to be if it has the same major categories of work. Please refer to DEO number 117 series of 2017 with regard to this. Next, please. Other financial documents, audited financial statements, stamped, received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institutions for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission. Tax returns filed and taxes paid through the BIR filing and payment system and equitation of NFCC of at least equal to the EDC computed using the prescribed formula. NFCC is equal to current assets minus current liability multiplied by 15 minus value of unfinished projects, including awarded projects not yet started, coinciding with the contract to bid. For legal documents, each partner of the joint venture shall submit their respective field job certificates of registration in accordance with section 20.2.9.1 of the IRR of RA 12009. The submission of technical and financial eligibility documents by any of the joint venture partners constitute compliance, provided that the partner responsible to submit the NFCC shall likewise submit all of its ongoing and audited financial statements. For the submission and receipt of bids, the contents of the first envelope or the technical proposal are the following. Number 1, field their certificate of registration, platinum membership, statement of SLCC, NFCC computation or committed line of credit, statement of all of its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. If applicable, joint venture agreement, or in the absence of a JVA, the duly notarized statements from all potential JV partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the event that the bid is successful. Bid security in the prescribed form and amount in accordance with ITB Clause 16 and validity period under ITB Clause 15. Technical specifications, which may include production or delivery schedule, manpower requirements, or after sales service or parts, if applicable. Omnibus sworn statement, and for foreign bidders claiming eligibility by reason of their country's extension of reciprocal rights to Filipinos, notification from the relevant government office of the country stating that the Filipinos are allowed to participate in the government procurement activities for the same item or product. For the bid security, the bid validity period must be 120 calendar days from the date of submission and opening of bids. And the bid security validity period must be 120 calendar days from the date of submission and opening of bids. So for the bid security declaration, if it is in the form of cash or cashier's manager's check issued by a universal or commercial bank, the minimum amount must be 2% of ABC. For bank draft or guarantee or irrevocable letter of credit issued by a universal or commercial bank, the minimum amount of bid security is 5% of ABC. And for surety bond callable on demand issued by a surety or insurance company fully certified by the Insurance Commission as authorized to issue such security, the minimum amount must be 5% of ABC. The contents of the second envelope or the financial proposal are the following. First, bid form, which includes the bid price schedules in accordance with ITB Clause 13.1, and if applicable, certificate of domestic preference in accordance with ITB Clause 25. The bidder shall accomplish the price schedule form as prescribed by the procuring entity, which may include the following details. the price of the goods quoted EXW, X works, X factory, X warehouse, X showroom, or off the shelf as applicable. The cost of all customs, duties, and sales and other taxes already paid or payable. The cost of transportation, insurance, and other costs incidental to delivery of the goods to their final destination, and the price of other or incidental services, if any, listed in the BDS. Under bid evaluation, the financial components of the bids of each pass should be evaluated using non-discretionary criteria, including arithmetical corrections for computational errors, and thus determine the correct total calculated bid prices. The BAC shall automatically disqualify any total calculated bid price which exceeds the ABC. The following factors are to be considered in the evaluation of the bid prices. And the mode of evaluating the bids will be based on lowest calculated bid. As to completeness, no price in required item, it means non-complying. Indicating a zero or a dash means that it is free to the GOP. All prices are deemed to include all taxes. And bids not addressing or providing all of the required items in the bidding documents, including where applicable BOQ, shall be considered non-responsive. For arithmetical corrections, bid prices in figures versus words, the words prevail. For total price versus actual sum of component items, actual sum prevails. And for unit cost in detailed estimate versus unit cost in the BOQ, the unit cost in BOQ prevails. Again, if above ABC, non-complying. For contract award, the contract shall be awarded to the bidder whose bid has been determined to be the lowest calculated and responsive bid as a result of the detailed evaluation and post-qualification conducted. The successful bidder shall be notified through the issuance of notice of award within the bid validity period and must be confirmed by the successful bidder in writing within 2 days upon receipt thereof. Here are the common errors in the submission of bids: incomplete pages of bid documents, both in technical and financial, and wrong authority of the signatory to sign on behalf of the bidder. Note that for a single proprietor, the signatory should be the owner or proprietor only. For corporation or cooperative, as indicated in the board secretary certificate and board resolution. For joint venture resolution or agreement, and for partnership as indicated in the articles of partnership. Reminders to prospective bidders: the deadline of submission of bids is on September 7, 2026 at 10 AM. The bid submission may be done manually or electronically or online. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. Philippine bidding documents, follow the due bid form, omnibus source statement, and bid securing declaration. Note, follow the latest NGPA standard forms as uploaded in the gppp.gov.ph. The number of copies of bid proposal is 1 original copy and 2 certified true copies of its bid using A4 size bond paper and side bound. If the deadline falls on a non-working day, legal holiday, or a special non-working holiday, then the deadline should be the next working day unless otherwise stated in the bid bulletin, if there's any. The place of submission of bids is DPWH Iligan City DEO, specifically in the new conference room. The suppliers must observe in the bidding documents the following: paginations and tabbing and labeled according to the checklist, table of contents that will harmonize the pagination and side tabbing, and compliance with the attached checklist. So here's the contract data of the project under this pre-bid. Contract ID number 26GKM0003 Procurement of security services for DPWH Iligan City District Engineering Office for 6 months. With an ABC of 691,200 pesos. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Sir Moy. Mga members, any clarifications, corrections, or comments? None, because our comments? None? None, then, we'll proceed with the presentation, the plans. There's any comments for the.
Sa madiretso na sa katong terms. Ayan.
Pero, wala yung pabati attended. Please leave it to us, okay? This, we will discuss, okay? Talagang lang ako, kung kasal-kasal siya. Sa issue,
Mamaya.
For service level agreement, the agency agrees that the DPWH reserves the right to screen and accept or deny the deployment of any personnel recommended by the contractor. A2, the 6 deployed security guards shall each render 8 hours of duty per day, 7 days a week from Monday to Sunday on a 3-shift rotation. The detachment of commanders shall provide supervision and shall report to the site as needed. A3, the DPWH has the right to effect changes in the assignment, deployment of the security personnel at any time during the contract period. Likewise, the DPWH shall increase or decrease the number of security guards as may be necessary and reserves the right to increase, reduce, or limit the scope of services of the contractor. In such event, any corresponding adjustment in any cost shall not exceed the contract price. A4, the agency shall make available relievers and or replacements at all times to ensure continuous and uninterrupted services. A5, the agency shall pay its personnel no less than the minimum wage and other benefits mandated by law. The contractor shall comply with all the governing labor standards and employees' compensation. A certificate for the purpose shall be required from the contractor. A6, the agency shall submit along the monthly billing statement, receipts, and prescribed reports stamped received by SSS, PhilHealth, or Pag-ibig as proof of remittance to SSS, PhilHealth, and Pag-ibig premiums of the security personnel assigned in the DPWH. A7, the agency shall submit the biodata, resume, NBI clearance, medical certificate, drug test, neuro psychological exam, and expired licenses of such firearms license, individual security guards license, certificate of training of the assigned security guards, and the detachment commander upon effect of the contract. A8. The agency in the performance of its services shall secure, maintain, and as its own expense all legislations, licenses, and or permits required by law, and shall comply with all the pertinent rules and regulations. The contractor's personnel shall take all necessary precautions for the safety of all personnel's properties at or near the area of work, and shall comply with all the standards and established safety regulations, rules, and practices. A8-1. The agency shall provide the personnel with appropriate uniforms, protective gear, or if necessary to ensure that they shall observe proper personal hygiene and appear neat and clean at all times. A9. The agency shall ensure that safety shall be the first priority in the performance of its functions and to avoid the creation of safety hazards both in the condition of the work performed while doing the work. Letter B. Specific conditions for agency security guards and detachment commanders. The agency shall provide 6 security personnel, inclusive 1 detachment officer who are B1, between 21 to 20 years old. B2, at least high school graduate. B3, has undergone pre-license training program for new recruits or refresher training programs for security guards with more than 1 year experience. B4, of good moral character without criminal record or police record supported by the unexpired NBI clearance to be submitted to the DPWH upon effect of the contract. B5, physically and mentally fit as evidenced by the latest medical certificate, drug test, and the neuropsychological exam to be submitted to the DPWH upon effect of the contract. B6, duly trained and skilled to function as detachment commander and security guard supported by an expired security license and certificates of training to be submitted upon effect of the contract. B7, knows how to deal presently and courteously with personnel, clients, and general public, supported with a certification from the security agency to be submitted to DPWH upon effect of the contract. B8, during the pre-employment phase, in coordination with the DPWH management, the security contractor shall organize an advance team who will conduct the pre-deployment on-site orientation on-site 2 days before the formal assumption. B12, the list of security personnel who will take over the duties of the DPWH together with the individual resume, unexpired licenses, firearms license, and individual security guard license are mandatory clearances as stipulated in the bid documents shall be submitted to the DPWH supervising administrative officer, general services, a general service officer for review and approval. So, sorry. During the takeover of the actual duties of the DPWH, the security guard shall accompanied and closely supervised by a senior official of the security contractor agency. B14, all incoming security personnel who are assumed to take over the duties shall report to the proper uniform with headgears and paraphernalia, prescribed equipment as prescribed in the submitted technical proposal, and all necessary documents such as duty detail order, guard license, copy of the firearms license, and individual company ID. B15. The contractors will provide the security force with the minimum equipment required by the bidding rules such as vehicles, firearms, VHS radios, and other equipment deemed necessary in the effective implementation of security policies. Such rules and regulations of DPWH. For fuel for the vehicle will be shouldered by the agency. The security contractor, B16, the security contractor will also provide the daily time record or DTR for the logistical supplies such as logbooks, printers, inks, bond papers, uniforms, and paraphernalias. B17 acts as liaison with DPWH management. B18 provide guidance to the detachment commander. B19 extend managerial support to the detachment commander. B20 procure supplies and equipment that are needed by the security force. B21 provide assistance to the members of the security force assigned in the DPWH. B22 monitor and the daily operations of the security force at DPWH installations. B23 provide security-related services like VIP escort, background investigation, surveillance, and other duties such as the DPWH management may direct. The main building guard shall perform the following. B54 enforce DPWH rules and regulations. B55 screen visitors with utmost courtesy and guide them to the office they desire to transact business. Notify them by phone the official or employee to be visited. B56 prohibit individual or groups loitering on the lobbies or building entrances with utmost courtesy. B57 prohibit vendors or solicitors entering the office during office hours. B58 inspect thoroughly using metal detector all bags, packages, and attaché case hand carried by visitors. B59 maintain a logbook for visitors and add a separate logbook for office personnel. B60 conduct inventory of movable equipment in the office. B61 be familiar with the fire alarm system as well as the location of firefighting apparatus. B62 submit reports of any unusual incidents. B63 perform other duties as DPWH and or security agency may direct. Detachment commander shall perform the following. Has overall responsibility of the members of the security force in the DPWH complex. B65 provide leadership and direction for the shift in charge and security guards. B66 responsible to the DPWH management for the implementation of all rules and regulations relevant to the security matters. B67 monitor the performance and efficiency of guards and recommend the relief of misfits. B68 serve as liaison between DPWH and security agency. B69 prepare and submit daily monitoring reports, special reports, incident reports, etc. B70 submit and prepare monthly guard detail order and daily security report and conditions of secured properties. B71 advise DPWH officials concerned regarding measures to be undertaken to improve the security of the building premises. B72 conduct troop information and education to all guards once a month or as the need arises. B73 perform other duties as DPWH and or security agency may direct. Letter C, emergency plan and operations. Security personnel are enjoined to act disaster, whether man-made or natural calamity. Below are the procedures to be followed. In fire, if the fire cannot be extinguished, the guard shall immediately push the alarm button and initiate the following. Call the nearest fire department. Secure all entrance and exit doors and to allow no one to enter the building except those authorized. C3. All emergencies exits shall be opened. C4. Identify and prepare safe place for evacuation and for temporary use by the victims. C5. Observe any suspicious looking individual who could be a possible arson suspect. C6. Record the event in the fire from time to time. Example, color of the smoke, speed of fire, location and origin of fire. This will help the fire investigation in locating the possible evidences. C7. After the fire is contained, and the building is declared safe, the by fire experts guard will allow no one to enter the gutted building except for those authorized. Bomb threat. C. Coordinate with the local law enforcement authorities, call the bomb disposal units, and inform the fire department. C9. Tighten security measures by implementing luggage control and body frisking. C10. Cordon the area that is being identified by the caller, such as caller as much as possible know the location of the bomb. C11, execute an immediate search in the area if there's still enough time. C11, if the bomb is found, do not touch it. Cordon the area, and there may be tiny wires that may trigger the bomb to explode. Evacuate the people in the nearby places that may be reached by the explosion. C13, if the bomb squad expert already defused the bomb, execute a search for the second time to clear the area before allowing anybody to enter the place. Report loss and incident of theft and or robbery, please. C14, upon receiving a complaint of loss of property, the detachment commander shall immediately proceed to the scene of the crime for possible preservation of the recovery of traces of evidence. C15, if possible, take a photograph of the scene. Do not touch anything. C16, list down the personnel present during the discovery of the loss. C17, conduct initial inquiry to the informant and other personnel that maybe have knowledge about the case. C18, summon assistance from agency investigator if the need arises. C19, rattle the incident to the nearest police station that has jurisdiction of the place. C20, prepare incident report and submit the same to the security officer for proper coordination. Conduct investigation of the case and submit progress reports. Ay. Subject, a traffic plan for normal emergency situation. Next one. Hostage situation, earthquakes, service standard, security assignment detail assignment.
7 times.
From 7:30 to 3 p.m. first shift, 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. second shift, and 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. third shift, from Monday to Sunday. Then and so on and so forth for the same days.
For us.
24, the shift will be a total of 24 hours. Security equipment and personnel required. Shotgun ammunitions, service firearms with ammunition 0, shotgun with ammunitions 1, handheld radios 1. And the location is Iligan City, the new building of the district office, and in the administrative building, 1 shotgun with ammunition, handheld radio. Additional requirements. Permit license to operate a private security agency from PNP, SOSIA. Original copy of the certificate of from SOSIA that the agency has not been blacklisted by any government or private institution. Certificate of pending or no pending labor standards violation cases issued by the NRC or DOLE. Certificate of membership from the PADBAO and other associations recognized by the PNP, CSG, SOCIA, and a license to operate issued by the latter. Certificate of membership by the PANPAW and other associations of. Ano yun? Proof of ownership of agencies owned security equipment and motorcycles. Security plan and with notarized affidavits of the site inspection. Certificate of at least satisfactory performance from current clients within 2 years. Certification of at least from satisfactory performance from previous clients within 2 years. Clearance from SSS, PhilHealth good standing certificate from the Pag-ibig for calendar year 2024 to 2025. Duly signed recruitment and selection criteria, duly signed completeness of uniform and other paraphernalia, sample copy of 2026 payslip. Non-submission of the said documents during the opening of bids shall not render the bid non-responsive, but shall be the ground for disqualification during post-qualification. That will be the answer.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Milan. Any comments, corrections? What member? None. None? I think that's all. So for the presentations of today's any additional information?
NCRD.
CRD, so still we will be using CRD. For this. And the ID. CRD.
Yes. Advice like that.
Okay. So, lower conditions, then we would like to move for the adjournment of the civil documents.
And move to adjourn this will be conference.
Okay, since it's been moved by Attorney Kinko as scheduled by the Romanan, and I declare this conference. Thank you everyone for your attendance. We